Hey everybody, how you doing? Happy Friday evening. Hitman23 here. Of course, if you didn't know, you know now. Got some cards to show, but the first thing I wanted to say before I showed any cards is there's another part of me that you may not know what I enjoy. A big part of my life, and that is music. I love music, and I picked one of these up many years ago. All right, picked one of these up many years ago. Probably the first time I picked one up was in the early 80s. And I was inspired to do that by none other than Ace Frehley, who we so sorry lost last night. I got a lot of emotions going on about that in my mind, and it really hit me hard. Eddie Van Halen hit me hard, and this one hit me, I almost feel harder. Ace was the first guy. I remember I was 8 years old and I saw that first Kiss record. I think that I saw was Love Gun, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Here are these guys in makeup. They look kind of like superheroes, and I didn't care what was on the record. They just looked too cool. So that was the first record I ever owned. A big boy record was Kiss Love Gun. And as I've got a little older and I started seeing stuff on TV and everything, Ace Frehley was like the guy. He was the guy, and I can unequivocally say this, and I will die on this hill, that I believe that Ace Frehley inspired more people to pick up the guitar than any other guitar player in the history of music. That's how I feel, because if you ask almost anybody you talk to who plays this instrument, I bet you they say Ace Frehley was one of their main influences. And I'm talking about professional musicians as well. And the flooding on at least Facebook that I've seen of just for other musicians coming out and saying their their memories of Ace and honoring Ace is just unbelievable. So I just wanted to kind of just come on here and just say to I'm gonna miss that guy. He was an amazing guitar player. He was very raw. He was rock and roll. He was Space Ace. He played a guitar that smoked, and it was just the coolest thing ever. And like I said, he inspired many millions of guitar players with his rock and roll cachet. He was the definition of rock and roll, and he had the greatest laugh in the world. And if you've never seen anything, I'm kind of just blabbing on here, but if you've ever seen anything, you want to laugh really hard, watch the Kiss interview back in 1979 where Kiss was on a Tom Snyder show. Ace stole that show, and it was just great. Ace was definitely under the influence of something during that interview, but it was hysterical, and he's got one of those infectious laughs that you'll never forget. And just one little thing that I remember so dearly. And I was lucky to see Ace a couple of times live. I saw him with Kiss during their reunion tour. I saw him years ago in this tiny little bar in North Salem, New York. He played this small bar when he was doing his Frehley's Comet stuff, and saw him there. It was amazing. I was like right in front of the stage, and there was Ace, my hero. And like my best friend said it. He said, growing up, Ace was like a superhero, and superheroes aren't supposed to die. But that is that. It is very sad, and I just wanted to say that. So I don't want this video to become a downer video, but it's been on my mind all day, all night last night, all day yesterday afternoon when I found out. So that is what it is, and rest in peace, Ace. Rock on, rock soldier, rock on. So let's get to the cards now. And got a few cool pickups this week, and not too much, so it shouldn't be that long. I picked up another first for me is coming up. Another cherry breaker. And this one's a 101. This one's a 101, and it's vintage, and it's really cool. And yeah, you're going to see it in a second. But I did pick up this nifty little Rangers, not Texas, but New York Rangers team set from the 1977 Topps set that I'm building. Always really dug the design of this set. And I'm not going to go through every single card, but you got, who do you got in here? You got Raj Gilbert in here, Hall of Famer. You got John Davidson. You got Phil Esposito. Okay. You got the Rangers team. And who else is a big, I remember, Ron Greshner. He was a very popular Ranger. Dave Maloney, another very popular Ranger back in the day. And the other one was, who is it? Where is it? Oh, Don Murdoch. Don Murdoch. He was definitely a big time Ranger guy back in the day. So pick those up. So I'm chipping away at that 77 Topps hockey set little by little. Next little grouping of cards is I picked some stuff off of Brian Roth's, not his channel, but I picked some stuff up from Brian Roth. And he had made a nice purchase of a really cool collection a couple weeks ago, and he put it up on his Facebook page, and there were some really cool things in there. And there was two things that I jumped right on. So, you know, I love my old 70s and 80s football. So I was able to pick up the entire Topps run of the Snake, Ken Stabler. He was really really good quarterback, and we all know him. Or if you didn't know, he was part of those 70s Raiders teams that, you know, that were very successful and just had a fantastic team around him. But he finished up his career with the Saints, as you see right here. This is a 1983 Ken Stabler. So we're going to go right back through the whole cardography. And I got his 82. He played for the Oilers for a couple of years. He was a left-handed quarterback, and his nickname was a Snake, and he was tough as nails. We got the 1981. See, Topps was not licensed back then. You can see that right there. There's no logos. They could use a team name, but they couldn't use the logos. So, and then the 1980. Again, no logos on those cards back then. And then his last card as a Raider, the 1979. Little action there. And how about the 78? And his 1977, that's a great card. I love that card. Again, Topps didn't have a license for the logos back then. I thought that was weird. I remember the very first football cards I ever bought as a kid was the 81 Topps. Maybe I had some 80 Topps, but 81 for sure. And I always thought it was weird it didn't have the logos on there. And I was like, why? You know, I never did know that as a 10-year-old, 9-year-old. How about the 1976? That's a cool card. That's a really cool card. Love it when the designs use a aspect of the sport in the design, like the football on this one. And then how about his 1975? That's pre-beard. And then his 1974, nice action shot right there. Who are they playing there? I think they're playing the Colts. That looks like a Colts. Again, cool design with the goalpost there. That's very cool. And then the rookie. I got his 1973 Topps rookie. And it was pretty cool is when after me and Brian were talking about it, he said to me, he's like, I had Delane, that's his wife's name, help me pick out the cards. And when he showed me the pictures, like, damn, dude, she did really good. So because he asked me what condition I wanted. I said, the best you've got. So Mrs. Roth did an awesome job picking out these cards. She's getting the eye, guys. She's getting the eye. We're getting another one in the fold. So that's what I got for Kenny Stabler. And then the other card I picked up from Brian is this absolutely stunningly beautiful 1951 Bowman of Hugh Taylor. Look at that. That is so freaking awesome. Again, little pieces of artwork. Just absolutely gorgeous. And then, of course, the backs on those. And I keep plugging away at these. And it's just such a great little, little collection to have. So the 51 Bowman Hugh Taylor. And then this last card is another first for Hitman. And I think this is a one-on-one because I don't think any exists like this. I got this pretty damn inexpensively. I'm very proud of it. And I don't have any playing days cards of this Hall of Famer, this Inner Circle Hall of Famer. How about a 1952 Wheaties Stan the Man Musial? I got the 45-degree angle corner variation. So I think that's a one-on-one because I don't think any of that look like that. And it's nuts that I think I paid 30 change for this card because, I mean, that's in really, really nice shape. It's not creased or anything like that. You know, it doesn't really have any staining that I can see. And again, these are cut off of a box. And usually you see them, they're, you know, the corners are rounded. They're like a playing card style. But whoever cut this out gave him the 45-degree angle cut. So that's rare. That's rare. That might be the first die cut. I don't know. Maybe it is. I have no idea. But they're blank backs, of course. And really cool to add this to the collection. I love being able to add, especially like Hall of Famers into my collection that I don't have playing day cards of. There we go. The 52 Wheaties. Mr. Stan the Man Musial. So that's it, guys. That's a quick little breakdown what I got. Gonna go do some more organizing. Got some boxes in the mail today. Got a lot of stacks of cards on my table. You can't see them. They're right here in front of me, and it's kind of driving me crazy. And I got to start thinning the herd. I got to start thinning the herd. And I just haven't pulled that trigger yet on how I'm going to do that. I definitely need to move some stuff and just try to decrease the amount of stuff I have because I have a lot of stuff and it's getting a little crazy here in the old Hitman place. So that's it. That's all I got for you. Everybody, may the cardboard god shine down upon each and every one of you. Enjoy those collections, and I'll catch you on the next video. Rest in peace, Mr. Ace Frehley. You will sorely be missed. All right, everybody, I'm going to go out with two tonight. We have to go out with the coolest of the cools. Little Stan Musial and little Hugh Taylor. So there you go for the last bit of eye candy, at least for the next few seconds. Go look at your cards. Go do something with your cards. And, yeah, enjoy it. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Peace.